And just as the national organization continually provides supporting services to each Girl Scout Council, each Girl Scout Council does the same for the girls in its jurisdiction. But I'm taking up all your time with these nitty-gritty details.
Well, then perhaps you wouldn't mind a personal question, Mrs. Lowe.
Well, I'm currently immune to embarrassment, sir. Please.
Where does the money for all this come from?
Oh, that's a very refreshing question. Personally, I always wondered if the money would come.
Yes, according to my notes, you sold your pearls in January 1914 to help pay for some of the expenses of the national headquarters.
Well, I never felt they went too well with the uniform anyway. But I did feel it was the responsibility of the national organization to pay for itself and its services to councils out of its own pocket, just as I thought it best for councils to be responsible for their own funding and financial management.
As I understand it, the national organization draws its income from membership dues, national equipment sales, chartering fees, bequests, and grants from individuals and foundations.
Yes, that's right. I'm afraid financing the world's largest organization for girls is a little more complex than it was for the world's smallest.
Councils, on the other hand, are financed through annual giving, product sales, United Ways, investments, gifts, grants, and bequests. Is this true?
That's right, yes. But these days, the competition for many of these funding sources is truly fierce. Many councils are getting smaller and smaller pieces of the pie. That's why the national organization and councils are working very hard, separately and together, to diversify funding sources and to seek larger numbers of individuals willing to support the movement.
Given those circumstances, Mrs. Lowe, why independent financing in your interdependent system?
Why? Because it eliminates the risk of total dependency. Financial independence strengthens our interdependence.
I see your point very well, Mrs. Lowe. Is it true that not 2 months after it was organized in 1912, the Savannah Troop was preparing to review the organization?
Oh my, yes. Girl Scouts are always reviewing and evaluating. It's one of our more annoying habits. From the very beginning of the chartering process, councils evaluated their own performance using the many different ways and tools provided by the national organization.
I'm told the national organization has just completed a revision of the chartering process, as well as the tools for evaluating council performance.
Yes, every council is now asked to complete a council performance assessment in the final year of its charter period.
And I'm told it's a very modern process, relying on data from GSUSA's computerized council profile, and is available to every council as well as to the national organization.
That's right. It's a wonderful tool councils can use to track their progress, and the information is always up to date.
I begin to feel your circles at work, Mrs. Lowe.
Well, it's our circles of organization that keep the Girl Scout movement from going around in circles.
The circles do seem to be a favorite metaphor of yours, Mrs. Lowe.
Because they are so eloquent. Now, you take Princess Eugenia's circle, for instance.
I don't have that in my notes.
Well, when the ground was too wet for us to sit on, we rested by forming a circle, and on a signal, each girl would sit on the knees of the one behind. Like so. Well, you'll have to agree that that is true interdependency.
Mrs. Lowe, you are amazing.
Well, just call me Daisy. I've nothing left to hide.
Based on your observation of where Girl Scouting has been since you formed that first troop in Savannah, where do you think it's going?
That one's easy. Wherever the needs and interests of girls will lead it. We are, after all, in the future business, and the future is arriving every day. Girl Scouting has faced every sort of change a changing world can throw at us. Wars, depression, recession, changes in the family, changes in the workplace, educational and social upheavals, and oh, heaven knows what all. But we continue to endure and grow. You see, among the other blessings of our interdependence is that it enables us to draw strength from one another when we need it most. That's why I know Girl Scouting will be as wonderful for tomorrow's girls as it was for yesterday's.
Your optimism, Mrs. Lowe, is to be admired.
Nonsense. Just emulate it.
Juliet Gordon Lowe, Daisy, founder of the Girl Scouts of the USA, an extraordinary woman and one of those who have changed the way we live and think. Good night.